Okay, so our topic is stress management and mindfulness. My name's Nina Calzaretto.
I'm Katya Mujica.
My name is Sarah Schneid.
I'm Taylor Blessing.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
Okay, so what is stress management and mindfulness, and how does it promote health and psychosocial aspects? So, stress management includes strategies to help to better deal with stress and difficulty in life. Managing stress can lead to a more balanced and healthier life. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware and not being overwhelmed by surroundings. Stress management and mindfulness promote health and psychosocial aspects by relieving pain, improving sleep, increasing positive mood, reducing negative emotions, regulating blood pressure, slowing heart rate and breathing, improving immune function, clearing the mind, releasing tension, and relaxing muscles. So throughout this presentation, we'll be talking about different activities to help with stress management and mindfulness, such as utilizing stress balls and sensory water bottles, deep breathing techniques, mindfulness apps, five senses exercise, grounding body scan, journaling, and coloring.
So the first activity is a stress ball, and the ingredients that you would need are a balloon, beads of any color, water beads as well, which are like Orbeez, a funnel, scissors, and water. And then the steps to make your own stress ball are 1/3 of a cup of water into the balloon using the funnel. You can add as many beads as you want and water beads of equal portion. And then you tie the balloon, and then it should be ready in about an hour or two. And some other alternatives that you could use instead of a stress ball, if you don't want to make it on your own, is like a fidget spinner. You could use a hacky sack and just like squeeze on that. You could also use a pillow or like a bunch of towels bunched up. The next one is a sensory water bottle, and this is a like DIY as well. It's just a plastic water bottle, and then you use oil, but if you don't have oil, you can mix glue and water together. And then you put food coloring of your choice, whatever color you want, beads, glitter, and then a funnel. So for the steps, you just put oil into the plastic bottle using the funnel. You can fill it up to the top, but leave a little room so that you can put your food coloring. And this is totally up to your preference. You can put beads, glitter, whatever color, and as much as you'd like. And then you shake the bottle and it's ready. And if you don't want to do a sensory water bottle, you could also use a lava lamp or glow sticks. And for the benefits for stress ball, it releases tension and stress while you're in the state of stress. It improves your circulation, relaxes your muscles. It can also strengthen your hand and promote better sleep habits because you're more relaxed state. So you'll have a clear mind. And for the sensory bottle, it helps calm your breathing, helps with emotional regulation, and it can also initiate it too if you're stressed. Just like looking at your sensory bottle can really help with that. And it can decrease agitation and restlessness. And it's a distraction when you're stressed. And like I said, there's a lot of alternatives to these if you do not want to do like a DIY.
So the next techniques that I'll be speaking upon will be deep breathing techniques. So here are just three of them. I'm going to also give some alternative techniques like Katya had previously. So belly breathing is something that I actually kind of found it interesting that usually like in our society that belly breathing isn't as common because our society is mostly involved in, trying to be, making your stomach look flatter. So belly breathing is really emphasizing that breathing within your belly. So this can be either done sitting or laying down. So that's when you place your hand on your stomach and then one right above your ribs and one on your chest. So when you're breathing in, you should feel your stomach expand. And then when you breathe out your lips, you should be able to feel your stomach deplete. And then you should repeat this between 3 to 5 times, depending on what you need. As well as there's another deep breathing exercise, which is just known as universal deep breathing. So this you can either be just sitting in a chair. So this is something that can just be done very quickly. And this is just closing your eyes, breathing in through your nose, and you feel the same thing, feeling your stomach expand, and then breathe out through your mouth. And this is the same thing, repeat 3 to 5 times or as many times as you think you need. Then also trace breathing. So in this image on the right-hand side, it's just a picture of a leaf. You probably can use any other type of picture you'd like, but it's basically showing you when you should breathe in on the long portions of the leaf. And then once you get to the tip of the leaf, you hold your breath for about a second or so, and then you breathe out when you go. So you continue that until the whole leaf is drawn out. And this can be easily done in like a classroom setting or just anywhere that you seem that, you might not want people knowing that you're doing it. So that's another technique. And then we have an alternate way to also conduct breathing techniques. So yoga related breathing techniques. So there's a lot of steps here, but it's very easy, but it's alternate nasal or nostril breathing. So basically the whole point of it is that you want to get your hand and you actually want to put your index finger and your middle finger down so that what you have available is your thumb and then your ring finger. And basically all you want to do is you want to basically stop your one nostril, can be whatever nostril you want, but basically with your thumb first. So you're just going to breathe in. You're going to hold it for a second. And then right before you're about to breathe out, you use that finger that you also have, and then you breathe out the opposite nostril. And then this is the same thing. So repeat this method throughout your nostrils and however many times you think you need. There also is at the end, there's a YouTube video. So if you kind of forget how to go through these, there is a video as well. And then these are some benefits of deep breathing techniques. So we kind of already touched upon this a little bit in the beginning, but a good thing about them is that they're easy to perform, they're accessible, and it's usually safe and controlled. So you can reduce your stress, it decreases your heart rate, decreases your blood pressure, it increases some energy, elevates your mood, increases lung capacity, that's mostly like with the belly breathing, and improves posture. And then it also improves oxygen exchange. So this was an app that was found it's called Deep Breathing Exercise Relax. So this is just found on the App Store, but it's a free app and it helps engage a visual, auditory, and tactile experience when engaging in deep breathing processes. So basically the app will lay out a way for you to breathe, and it can even vibrate your phone and give you that type of tactile sensation. So it's very good for assisting with deep breathing. So it also can keep you intact with being able to breathe too, with the just the reminders when to exhale and inhale and things like that. So these are some alternative mindfulness applications, or just in general meditation and sleep options for applications that you can use on your phone. Or I added two only because not everyone has an Apple Watch, but this is something that the Apple Watch has, and it's called an mindfulness feature. So on your watch, it comes right to your wrist. So this is a really good way for you to be able to remind yourself, and even your watch reminds you when you need to breathe. And it's only a couple of minutes, and it's the same thing about the vibration. It'll tell you when to breathe in, when to breathe out. But again, I understand that not everyone has an Apple Watch, but that does have that option. And then there also is, it's called Inscape, which is a meditation and sleep app. I made sure that I looked it up because some apps only are available for Apple and not everyone has Apple. So this is also for Android and Apple users. And this is kind of the same thing. You have to sign yourself in. They give you a whole bunch of options. So just the whole thing about deep breathing, the therapeutic use of using an application. So there's all these different, once you go through the app, it tells you it's individualized. So whichever one you think works best for you, you can choose that option. And then so mindfulness applications and the benefits of them. So they're easily accessible on your device of your choice. So some of them also, that Inscape application can also be used on your computer. So if you don't have access to your phone, you also have that option. And same thing with the Apple Watch, doesn't have to be on your phone or on your computer. Notifications will act as reminders to stay on track with your mindfulness and deep breathing journey. Deep breathing is therapeutic for your nervous system, and most of the apps that at least I found are free, but for additional charge, you can add services. So there's some longer services that aren't applicable for the free version. And then there is the slow relaxing music on the app also can soothe you and relax your muscles, like we've mentioned before.
So I would like to continue by talking about a couple different ways of being mindful of your body and space. And these are two different exercises that can help with, just like all the other things we've spoken about today, help with stress management, maybe managing anxiety, sleeping better overall, just better, more feelings of happiness and relaxation. So this first one is the five senses exercise, and it's really about noticing things in your environment with your five senses that you don't normally notice around you. So you would start with kind of the obvious things that you see. And something about this is that you can do this anywhere, whether you're, sitting in a car in traffic, you're at work, you're at home, you're in the grocery store, and you just need a moment to gather yourself and to um, uh, feel centered and grounded. So you would start with finding five things that you see wherever you are. And so for me, for example, I'm noticing I have this water bottle here that has like these little droplets of water on it that I don't normally notice the droplets of water in my water bottle, but that's just something in my environment that I'm noticing. And then I would notice four more things around me that I don't normally see. So maybe that's the reflection of the light on your wall or whatever you're noticing. The next would be four things that you feel. So we're going to go down in number as we go through the senses, but this is four things that you feel. So for me right now, I'm feeling the hair on like my hair touching the back of my neck. That's not something I normally notice in every day, as I'm going throughout my day. It's my hair. Usually, your hair just falls and it's not something you think about, but that can help. You're noticing the way your body is feeling. So maybe that's the sensation of your hands are cold. You're feeling the temperature, or you're warm. So however you're feeling, you're going to notice four things and make mental notes. Then you're going to go to three things that you're hearing. So right now I hear my neighbor's wind chimes out my window. I don't normally sit here. I don't normally hear those wind chimes. That's a new sound for me, but I'm really noticing it right now. Maybe, you're sitting and you hear your refrigerator running, or your dog is walking around and you hear the pitter patter of your dog's feet. Little things that you can take notice of. And then two things that you smell. So this is a little bit more specific. There's not always, very distinct smells around you. But for example, for me, someone in my house had lit a candle, and I can still smell. They had lit it hours ago, but I'm really trying to, but I can smell the wick, the burning of the wick still. But maybe, you're smelling air freshener from another room, or maybe you're sitting outside and the wind blows and you just smell something that you can't really identify, but you just make a mental note of, okay, I'm smelling this smell from the wind. And then on to one thing that you can taste. So this is even more specific, which is why it's down at the bottom. You just need to really take notice of one thing. Maybe you just brushed your teeth and you can taste the toothpaste in your mouth, or you just drank water and that water has a very distinct, from the water bottle, you can taste that. For me, I just ate lunch, so I can kind of still taste the bread in my mouth from my lunch. It sounds kind of gross, but it's definitely something that you just need to take a minute to notice that one thing. And overall, if you can take notice of each of these senses, then it can bring you more centered and grounded and help relieve maybe some of that stress, because it can bring you back to your feeling of yourself in the environment. The next activity is a grounding body scan. So this is very similar to kind of grounding and centering yourself, but it's more about the feeling of your body in a more quiet space. It's similar to a meditation. So what you're going to want to do, and we can do this briefly if everyone wants to try it, you just need to sit. Normally it would be a quiet place, but we can do it now. You can either be sitting or lying down, but it looks like most of us are sitting. So when you're seated or lying, just have your spine in kind of a neutral, comfortable position. You don't want to overcompensate by hunching over or sitting up too straight, just whatever's comfortable. You can close your eyes and you're going to go through your body, feeling the connection of your body to the earth. So what you really want to take notice of is how your body is being weighed down in the chair and being met by the uplifting energy of the earth. So maybe you're feeling your feet flat on the ground, meeting the ground's energy coming up at your feet. And from there, once you can notice your body seated in the chair, you're going to want to notice the energy, the way your toes feel touching the ground, and feel that move through your feet into your heels that are connected to your ankles. And you can feel the way your ankles are really supporting your legs there and connecting to the rest of your body, all the way through your calves, around to your shins, and into your knees that support you throughout the day and do so much work. Notice how they're feeling, how they're connecting the top and bottom of your leg. And then feel the energy move into your thighs, in the front and the back of your thighs, and how they're such strong muscles in your body, and how they also often carry a lot of support. And notice how they feel and how they connect to your hips. And then you can notice your hips, and if they're maybe bent because you're sitting in a chair. And as you move through your hips and how they connect to the top and bottom part of your body, notice your belly and your back. And when you notice your belly, maybe think about this deep breathing techniques that we talked about earlier, and feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe and expanding with each breath. And then you can feel the energy go up into your chest. Maybe that's where you're feeling your breath. Maybe your chest is rising as you breathe in. And maybe then move the energy up into your shoulders and your upper back, where a lot of people carry tension. Roll your shoulders back and down and release the stress. Then you can move the energy down your arms from your shoulders into your upper arms and your elbows and your forearms, where that do so much work throughout the day, lifting and moving objects. Maybe they're relaxed today. Maybe you don't feel the tension in your arms and your hands down into your fingers. Notice the temperature. Maybe your hands are cold, maybe they're warm. And then you want to move back up to your neck. Notice the energy in your neck, the way it's supporting your head. Maybe turn your head left and right, up and down. Release that tension, and then move up. And you're going to want to go all the way through to the top of your head, all the way to the tip of your head, almost feeling like there's a string pulling the tip of your head to the sky. And that connects you from the sky to the ground. And once you notice your whole body, you take a minute, you could take a deep breath, notice the way you're seated in the chair still, and the way you're still connected to the earth. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that would be a grounding body scan. You can do it slower, you can do it faster, you can just do it quickly in the morning or at night before you go to bed. And it can help relieve stress and help with the practicing of the breathing exercises.
So the next activities that relate to managing your stress are kind of a little bit more hands-on. So for journaling, for this, you would just need a piece of paper, notebook, or you could purchase a journal, because I know there's a lot of cute ones out there. And you'll just need something to write with, like a pen or pencil. So the benefits of this include decreasing stress, helping with anxiety, improving your sleep. And I think the one that is like the bigger note is helping you organize your thoughts. So I listed a couple prompts just to have in your head, keep you started in case you wanted to like look back if you wanted to try it. Because I know coming up with prompts is sometimes hard to do. But I would say that it's typically best to journal before going to bed. That way it can help you take out any intrusive thoughts you're having, clear your head by getting it all out on a piece of paper, and hopefully making it easier for you to fall asleep. If you're a creative person, you can make it more fun by adding like colors, drawings. And an alternative is, if you don't necessarily feel like writing it down that day, you could just say it out loud, or just like project it, or even think about it to have it that way. And then the next one is coloring. So this is kind of similar along to journaling. I feel like it's an activity we often forget about. It's usually when we're like little kids, we like to color our drawings, but it can also be really helpful for anyone of all ages. It can just be relaxing to put your hands to work and have your mind just relax and not even think about anything. So for this, you'll just need either like coloring materials like pencils, pens, markers, crayons, anything you have, or and then a coloring page or a coloring book. And I know they have a lot of like adult coloring books now for like at the dollar store, they have a bunch of them, or you can print that out. But it's a good way to help you reduce stress, take your mind off of things, just a overall calming activity. And yeah, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you.